Hi, I just wanted to make a quick video about what to look for when you're sourcing out a Gibson custom shop toggle cover plate for your Les Paul guitar. These are predominantly made for USA guitars, okay? And just a few things I wanted to point out what would make a plate authentic. With this style here, we'll just call this the gold one. You're looking for a relatively smaller star near the G in Gibson. The font is a certain width. You look at the placement of the Made in USA. Again, the font is a certain width. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but these little dots are actually little squares. You're going to have a flat border that is going around the entire plate, and of course a flat border around the three positions for the screw holes. What I've seen with some fake plates is that the border is not flat. There's a bit of a ridge. Also, the authentic plates, it's a very narrow part of the plate where the screw would be located. Of course, on the back of the authentic plates, you have the Logos brand, the designer, and it's very clear. You wouldn't want to see like a stamp outline, like a rectangular edge. I've seen that on a few of the plates as well. Also, this color is very difficult to match, and so if the plate looks a little bit too dark, likely it's fake. Another thing to look at is the distance between the point of this gold badge and the location of this flat piece, this part here, this part here, this part here. Okay, so I hope that helps you with this gold plate, we'll refer to it as. The silver and black, this is one of my favorite ones. If you notice the star with the dot and the eye of Gibson, it's just a little bit larger than the gold plate. So this is an updated design. Again, look at the proximity of this flat edge. Okay, a number of the fake ones do not have that balance. The font that is used in established 1894 Made in USA is a little bit more sharp. So you can see this one, let's just say that it's fatter. This one is more defined. Okay, so that's something to look for. Again, the Logos brand should be a certain size. I've seen these stamped smaller, I've seen them stamped larger. You don't want that outline here. And these plates have a little bit of a gloss to them. It's almost like a clear coat that was sprayed over. And yeah, some of them do have a weird paint job like that. Okay, the measurements of these plates actually vary. I've had a number of them, and I mean, just on average, it's 54 millimeters. But just as an example, this one here is coming in just under 54. And if I were to zero this again, this one will be probably just a bit more than 54. So, oops, I'm not kind of. So that would probably be a good accurate measurement there. So just over 54. This is a plastic, authentic Gibson plate. And you see that one's coming in at 54.2. So, I mean, when you're installing this thing, what would make the difference is how much lacquer and paint has maybe seeped into the toggle cover cavity. And so when you're placing the plate in, there might be some friction along the sides. I've had a couple of people say, "Oh, the plate doesn't fit," and it's like, well, I mean, it's authentic Gibson. It's going to fit. It's just how much lacquer and paint is on there. So you have a couple options in that case. I mean, if you're brave, you take some lacquer thinner on a Q-tip and you kind of go around the toggle plate hole. It loosens up that material, if not removes the material, but be very careful. If you splash any on the body of the guitar, you're going to ruin it. What some people do is they take a bit of sandpaper and they just rub just ever so slightly to remove just a fraction of material, because they'd rather do that on a $7,000 guitar, right? Rough the plate up rather than the actual guitar. 95% of people find that they just pop right in. So again, it depends like how much lacquer was sprayed on your guitar. One thing to note, this style of plate is a little bit thicker than a standard plastic plate. I guess over the years they realized that, and they changed the new plate more in line with the thickness of the plastic toggle plate. I'm asked quite a bit, do these plates fit on like an Epiphone style guitar? So this is a old plate from an Epiphone guitar. The hole spacing does in fact align. So if you can see that there. Okay, so the holes work out. The way the 3 holes have been drilled though, it's probably on a bit of an angle. So when you're putting your plate on, your plate might be in that location, or it actually might be in that location. Some people find that's okay. As they play it, they're looking down at their plate and things along those lines. I mean, this is really detailed for some people that say, like, I don't care, I just want the plate on, but I want you to know exactly what to expect when you do get a plate. Some people do, in fact, put 3 new holes in the back of the toggle area, and just so the Gibson custom established 1894 made in USA can actually be in this location when their guitar is upright. Okay, how do I know all this? Why does this matter? Well, I have my own style of plate. Okay, so I've done a lot of research into this. I'm obviously not allowed to use the Gibson name because of copyright and things along those lines. But my plates, not having the logo stamp on it, but my dimensions, of course, are the same as these. Now, I work directly with the same company that actually makes all the Gibson plates. They're technically not allowed to sell them, but once in a while I would be included with an order because I send them quite a bit of money. Just, a handful of maybe B stock plates or something along those lines. This seems to be the worst one that I've received with that little bit of paint there. Most of the time I'd get a plate that's just, beautiful, rock solid. Okay, so you can visit www.customshopdesigned.com. I'll put the link below. I do have a tendency to sell out of these very quickly, just because I only have a handful at a time. And ironically, this plate is actually selling better than the Gibson plate, which I never thought would happen. Same material, same weight, just a nice way to spice up your Gibson Les Paul guitar. Okay, so if you have any questions, please contact me and I'll do my best to answer those. These are the screws. You'll probably see the dimensions in the listing, and of course these screws are designed and the plate is designed so everything just fits perfectly, just flush or just under flush. Okay, so again, good luck, happy modding your guitars. Thank you.